Buenas tardes, profe. Emilio, soy Juan Arturo Gil Durán y voy a presentarle la actividad número 2 de la unidad 3, que es el video sobre las normas oficiales mexicanas y las normas mexicanas del transporte. Bien. Introduction. In Mexico, official Mexican Standards NOM and Mexican Standards NMS are two crucial regulatory frameworks that govern a wide range of sectors, including transportation. The norms are mandatory regulations issued by the federal government designed to ensure the safety of products, services, and processes while protecting consumers, workers, and the environment. The NMS are voluntary standards that aim to improve the quality of competitiveness of business by providing guidelines for technical requirements. 3.1 Mexican Official Standards and Mexican Transportation Standards. Mexican Official Standards. Mexican Official Standards NOM are technical regulations issued by the government of Mexico that establish specifications, guidelines, and characteristics applicable to products, services, processes, or facilities to ensure the quality, safety, and health of the consumers, workers, and the environment. They are mandatory and applicable throughout the country, primarily regulated by various government secretariats, such as the Secretariat of Health, the Secretariat of Economy, and the Secretariat of Labor and Social Welfare, among others. Some notable examples of Mexican official standards include NOM 001, Electrical installation use, establishes safety requirements for electrical installations. NOM 003, Electrical products, safety specifications for electrical devices. NOM 004, Protection systems and safety devices for machinery and equipment in workplaces. NOM 030, Preventive safety in health services in the workplace. NOM 251, Hygiene practices for the processing of food, beverage, and dietary supplements. NOM 087, Environmental protection, establishes the classification and management of the biologically infectious hazardous waste. Control NOM 041, Control of pollutant emissions from motor vehicles using gasoline. Yeah. Mexican transport regulations. In Mexico, the Mexican official standards NOM relate to transportation aim to regulate and ensure safety, efficiency, and environmental protection in transportation operations. These standards cover various aspects, such as road safety, vehicle maintenance, transportation of hazardous goods, and operation of different modes of transport. Below are some of the most important standards in various areas of transportation. 1. Road safety in motor vehicles. NOM 012 establishes the maximum weights and dimensions for freight vehicles and general communication routes. NOM 068 establishes the physical, mechanical, and safety conditions for motor vehicles, providing federal freight service. NOM 034 devices for motor vehicles, trailers, and semi-trailers concerning visual and auditory signals. NOM 002 list of first 2 transportation of hazardous goods. NOM 002 List of the most commonly transported hazardous substances and materials. Requirement NOM 005. Requirements for the handling and transportation of hazardous waste. NOM 038. Requirements for the design, construction, and testing of the pressure vessels used in the transportation of LFPJ. Difference: road transport versus rail transport. The the first reference, road transport is more flexible and can access remote areas, while rail transport has fixed routes and it's more efficient for heavy loads over long distance. Rail transport versus maritime transport. Rail is more suitable for land transportation within a country, while maritime transport is essential for international trade and intercontinental transport. Maritime transport versus air transport. Maritime transport is more efficient for large volumes and lower costs, but it is slow. Air transport is fast and suitable for urgent cargo, but more expensive. 3.3. 5 companies using official Mexican standards and transportation standards. 1. Petróleos Mexicanos, Pemex. Description: Pemex is the state-owned oil and gas company in Mexico, responsible for exploration, production, refining, and distribution of its hydrocarbons. Applied standards: complies with various norms related to the handling and transportation of hydrocarbons, ensuring safety, accident prevention, and environmental protection. This includes standards regarding the construction and operation of transportation and storage facilities. Ferrocarriles de México, Ferromex. Description: Ferromex is one of the leading railway transport companies in Mexico, operating an extensive network for the movement of goods. Applied standards: apply safety and operational standards in rail transport, ensuring proper maintenance of tracks and trains. The norms they follow relate to safety in the transport of hazardous goods and environmental protection. Caminos y puentes federales de ingresos y servicios conexos. CAPUFE. Description: CAPUFE is the agency responsible for the administration of federal toll, highways, and bridge. Applied standards: must adhere to road safety and infrastructure maintenance standards, as well as regulations relate to the transport of cargo and passengers. This includes the norm that regulates signage and safety on highways. Grupo Aeroméxico. Description: Aeroméxico is the country's main airline, offering domestic and international flights. Apply standards: complies with regulations from the Federal Civil Aviation Agency, AFAC, which includes safety in aviation, air transport of passengers and cargo, as well as staff training. This ensures compliance with international civil aviation standards. Transporte de pasajeros, SCT. Description: This sector includes various public transport companies, such as buses and taxis, providing mobility services to the population. Applied standards: Companies must comply with quality and safety standards in public transport. This includes norms that regulate vehicle safety, driver training, and protection of passenger rights. Conclusion: Well, the norms and NMS are essential in shaping Mexico's transportation sector by establishing clear technical guidelines and safety requirements, while the norms ensure compliance with mandatory regulation aimed at public safety and environmental protection. Then NMS offer voluntary pathways for business to enhance quality and standardization. Together, they create a robust framework that promotes safety, reliability, and competitiveness in transportation, benefiting both the industry and the public. Eso sería todo de mi parte, profe. Emilio, muchas gracias.